You ever see these guys? The Steelers Dynasty podcast. What morons. Bubba is funny, but that Shane guy's a simpleton. Jamie, pull that clip up. Yeah, the Steelers Dynasty one. Can you believe these dumb Steelers? Fans, watch this crap. Yeah, that's it. Look at these two. Wow. You're watching the Steelers Dynasty podcast with Bubba and Shane. These guys are morons, really dumb, funny, but dumb.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday night Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'm your host, recovering from yesterday's birthday celebration out at Latrobe when it was pouring rain. My shoes are still drying out. But tonight we got a great show. We got a guest coming on tonight who's been on the show a couple times, bringing his expertise. But before we get to him, I got to bring our man who's actually out in the field. He's venturing. He's everywhere. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the host of West Virginia Mountaineer Football and special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Hi, Shane.
Hey, Bubba, I see lots of Pittsburgh folks out and about, 700 miles from, the Berg. But, Bubba, how are you faring after that rain out?
I'm okay. I'm not happy that I didn't get to see a lot yesterday. Well, I didn't see anything yesterday. I watched, we'll talk later about who was there today. I wish I was down there today, but also, too, it was 90-some degrees. And it's supposed to cool down tomorrow and Friday. And I think hopefully this weekend, I think I'm going to go back down Sunday, I believe. So
really,
I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try. I want to get at least a couple under my belt before they start really playing. So, but hey, we got a special guest tonight, and he's been on the show numerous times. He's the originator of Sportsvival. He does a lot of stuff for draft, for the NFL draft, and he's going to tell us all about the Sportsvival and how it's going and what he has going on, and he's also going to talk a little bit about training camp. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the show, JT Toth from Sportsvival. JT, how you doing?
Hey, good guys. How you guys doing, man? Great to see you guys. Good to see you guys, man. You guys
too,
are rocking and rolling, man. You're putting out content left and right. I love it.
Well, we're trying. So JT, how is the Sportsvival website and all that stuff going for you now that you got a little bit of traction and stuff? What have you been up to with that?
You know what? I've been doing it probably the relaunch has been since February, January, around that time. It's going good. I mean, the articles are flying through. We got some people in Facebook following us. We got Sportsvival's now with the River Hans games. I was there last night. They scored my first soccer game ever, like a professional soccer game.
How was that?
The River Hans scored on the buzzer. Like it went to 4 minutes of extra time, and then I thought it was over because they had like a little thing saying 4 minutes, but then that went they gave him 37 extra seconds for I guess more extra time and
continuation play.
Yeah, and the guy he headed it in right at the buzzer. 1-1 they tied. So it was actually pretty exciting. It's actually a nice little, if you haven't been down there, like Station Square, it's a nice little jewel, man. It's almost like sitting at PNC Park. You're looking out at the city. It's it's beautiful down there.
Was that your first professional soccer game ever?
Yeah, believe me, guys in the press box that knew a lot more about soccer than I did. They were telling me different things that was going on. I mean, to me, I'm like hockey. I'm used to ball back and forth. I mean, soccer is a different animal. But I mean, there's a lot of strategy involved it's like the first time I really got into NASCAR and I was a little bit younger. Someone showed me like what's really going on behind the scenes. That's sort of like how soccer is. It's a lot of strategy and stuff.
So how is the Sportsvival? How you got anything new going on?
It's going good. We got a book coming out here. I'm almost finished up with it. It should be out by end of August. It's the college football notebook. That's the one where it has every single player that's going to get drafted. And has like a spot. It has a spot for you to write. It's a notebook, so it's for guys that want to sit there and watch college football and write notes about guys. And then we offered if you're a writer from like New Hampshire and you're like, hey, I'd like to give you a couple of my notes, we'll put you in when we do the draft guide in March, we'll put you in there and list you as one of the writers of the book. So that's coming out. We got a lot of new clothes coming out. If you start looking, there's gonna be a lot of retired player t-shirts. We have a Kobe one out now. It's gonna be a Larry Bird. There's gonna be like the Joe Montana, Marino. There's a bunch of Steelers, of course, and it just basically has their name on the front of the shirt and just different stats, like Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowler.
Oh, okay.
And it's basically gonna be a shirt like that. We're not gonna get caught with copyright. We're gonna have if it has a nickname, like for Kobe, we have Black Mamba on it, and it's we're just trying a different direction with some of the shirts there, and then also with koozies we're doing that, and then hopefully, like I said, I want to meet you guys soon and hammer out what we're gonna do in the 26th draft, because I would love to be with you guys and partner up with you guys during that. And
it's gonna be something. Shane's been scouting the area for a place, and we might have something.
Yeah,
right,
the
Shane?
spot I have, JT, is just north of Pittsburgh off 422 towards Newcastle, between Newcastle and Butler. It's called the Ben Franklin Tap Room.
Yeah,
it has an outdoor venue. It has a separate little bar with like a patio, and then has like a little room where you can record. It's really set up, and they're not going to charge us anything. They're going to just, we'll have a waitress assigned to us. They're going to work it out with us. We just got you guys have to stop by at your leisure, check it out, give me a thumbs up.
Dude, I definitely will. I love the fact that it's I think there's gonna be a lot of people that don't want to be in the heart of Pittsburgh. As much as I love the NFL draft, and I would love to be right next to the
crazy.
podium.
You're absolutely right.
Just to get down to the North Shore, I don't even know how they expect people to get to the North Shore. I'm being dead.
Now here's the thing: you can hop on 79 from there, or get on Route 8. Whatever way you want to go, you can do either, or you just stay the hell away and be far enough away that you don't have to have any of that noise. But still, there's another bar about 2 miles down called Still City that is just a sports bar. There's a bunch of little places you can kind of hit around there, and there's hotels within driving distance. You're not going to be, really you're still going to have a hard time finding a hotel, but it's going to be a little easier up my way towards Slippery Rock, towards Newcastle, towards Butler, towards Ohio even.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'll shoot out there and look. I'm geeked. I'm really want to the draft is my favorite. I love football season. I love watching college football on Saturdays, NFL on Sundays, but the draft is what I love. The draft, man. I love watching teams build, and the Steelers. Watching the Steelers right now, and from what I'm hearing, what I'm reading, and what I'm gathering, these rookies look like they're doing all right, and some of them don't look like they're doing all right. But we'll get into that, right, Bubs?
Yep. And do I have the? Is that how everybody can contact and get stuff on the site right there, sportsvival.com?
Yeah, get on. There's a store on there. There's articles galore. I've been doing basically every time the Pirates play. Now I got it down now where I got a system. I can do like the Pirate games, I do Steeler games, pick games. Whenever they get done playing, I got a River Hans article up there. That took me a little bit longer because I don't know much about soccer. I had to dig pretty deep. The one guy like yesterday showed me how to take notes for soccer, which soccer notes are a lot different than football. It ain't like, hey, 40-yard catch, touchdown. This is more like great defensive play here, and
But you have a media credentials, right, for that?
Yeah, I got it for the River Hans and the Riveters, the girls team too. If I wanted to go and check them out, but
so you got those two, plus you have your Pitt media pass.
Yeah, Pitt football, basketball, and the Pirates. I get one game a series, and the Steelers are ones that
as much as
I've been writing, and there's guys that are. And I'm not putting anybody down by saying there's guys ahead of me that don't have podcasts, don't write a lot of articles, and they're in. So I don't know what their credentials are. But if he's listening, Robbie Ince-Mikowski, you remember that name? He's he used to be the pirate guy, like that did like what Hannah Mears does now, like the guy when the Pirates are playing, he'd be the guy in the stadium doing doing
the interviews.
Me and him went out a couple of weeks ago. He did a podcast with me. He invited me to the Pirate game with him. We went out and hung out. He is He grew up. This is the greatest connection. He grew up and was a roommate because he's from Philadelphia. Robbie Anson Mikowski with Andy Weidel. He lived with Andy Weidel. So I'm hoping that's my in. Like, hey man, work on Andy for me, because I'm sure if Andy tells the communications department, like, hey man, this guy's legit, get him in. So I'm hoping that Robbie can come through for me. So that'd be awesome.
Well, I'll drive you down there if you can get in, because I know I've been trying for years. I can't.
Oh, if I get in, I'll get you in. That's the way I look at it. Like, if I can get in my feet in the door, the hardest part, I don't know if you've ever been in a press box. The hardest part of being in a press box for a football game, baseball's easy. Soccer, I don't really have a horse in the race, but you can't cheer. That's the hardest thing. You got to remember. You can't cheer. So you can't, like, it's like a
hear that,
like
Mark? You can't hear.
Yeah, you can't scream. You can't.
No, I get that.
Oh, okay.
Now,
that'll be. You're right. That'll be the hardest thing.
Now, JT, I have a question for you. Are you going to go down to Morgantown for the Pitt West Virginia game?
You know what? I actually got the email to get a media pass to that. I'm contemplating it. My problem is I've been down there before. I just don't want to get stuck in the wrong. I used to go down with like my West Virginia friends before, so I don't want to go down there and get stuck somewhere where I don't know where I'm parking.
Oh, I can. If you want, JT, I can escort you and tell you where to park free, and I'll take care of you, get you tailgated up and everything.
Do you have a media for that?
I have season tickets.
Well, I was gonna say, if you want a media, I could sign up too for Sportsvival, and
if you get me two, that would be great.
Okay, I got the email about, I want to say a couple of weeks ago. It's actually from Pitt saying if you want to go down to West Virginia, they have I guess it's open now to ask for them.
Yeah. We can do that. I have a buddy coming in from out of town, but yeah, we can definitely do that up. If you get me two, that would be great.
This is mine from a couple years ago. The last time they played in media, Pitt, West Virginia. That was down Morgantown.
Because what I can do is I can just get rid of my tickets, and then me and my buddy's from Michigan State, so he's not going to be cheered for anybody. But he went WVU for 2 years. But just let me know offline. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I have your number. I have you on Facebook. I have so
hit me up. But,
yeah, Burns. We're going to the Super Bowl. Burns is in the house. Yes, tickets already, Burns. But
well, hey, listen, I have something, Bubba, that I felt so bad you got rained on, and there's lots of kids down here that are working in the summertime on student visas. And one of these students had a visa that was going to expire. They're used to the heat down here in South Carolina. Okay. I don't know what country this kid is from. I can't understand him. Maybe someone in the channel. I talked to him about football, and this is what the kid was saying. Intern, what do you think?
My mom clock Shane took me down here to Myrtle Beach, man, and man, let me tell you, it's hot. Man, but these football stats be confusing, brother. Oh.
He sounds a little Jamaican. Is that our intern now?
Are you from Jamaica?
No, you found me at the Mibombo Club Mini Mart.
That was the star of Coal Runnings.
Drinking Red Stripe all day.
That was the star of Coal Runnings. I've seen that guy.
Oh my! Well, God bless the intern. Yes, it was 90 degrees yesterday and today at Latrobe. So I mean, they had a huge thing today. But, JT, you said you haven't got a chance to get to camp yet?
No, I haven't. I usually try to go one day. I got that new job and stuff, so it's a little hard to get down there and get off work. But I love it. I don't think I've ever been down to Latrobe where it wasn't at least 90 degrees. Honestly, it seems like every time I'm down there, it's like it's hot as hell. From the times I get down there, it's always the hot, humid.
It was scorching yesterday, and then they evacuated the field, which and we were on the show yesterday, and Mark had this lively flood video. But I thought they were going to come back out. They did not come back out. I got to see maybe 15 minutes of them stretching and doing a couple drills. I didn't see anything because today was the first day in pads. So let me get your insight on the draft, on who you think is viable enough to make an impact on this team draft-wise, like pick-wise?
I'll tell you what, I'll even go. I was just looking. When you really study the depth chart, I think the Steelers actually got a little bit. I actually forgot. They signed so many players this offseason. I forgot about like Kenneth Gainwell. A guy like Gainwell with Johnson and Warren. I like what they're doing there. I'm hearing that Johnson's showing some really good explosive speed. So I like Caleb Johnson. I think Caleb. I know a lot of people are like, he's a lot like a lot of people didn't think he was the running back to take in that draft, but I like Caleb Johnson. I do. The more I hear about what he's doing, I've heard pleasant stuff. I don't know how true it is because you can take it with a grain of salt, but I'm hearing Will Howard is pretty complacent. He's not bad. He's a guy that's coming in. He's doing what he has to do. I think he has a future. I don't think he's going to play in maybe start next year to get maybe not even the year after. I think he's a guy though that's going to get NFL playing time down the road. So I don't think that's a wasted draft pick. The guy that I'm concerned about.
Do you think he's going to beat Skyler? You think he'll beat Skyler to get to the third?
Oh yeah. I don't think that's even going to be that's not going to be an issue. I mean, I think he's done enough where I think he's like I've heard mixed. You hear mixed about everything. Like we can talk about Broderick Jones. I've heard one person say, "Hey, he looks pretty good on the left side," and I've heard other people say he looks like a turnstile. Like he just, he's looking bad. That's the guy that I think is going to be the that's going to be the guy that's going to make or break our offensive line. I think Zach Frazier is legit. I think Frazier is going to be the leader of the West Virginia kid. From everything I gathered from last year, the kid was good, man. Like one of the better rookie offensive linemen. I'm worried about Mason McCormick a little bit. Second year kind of thing for a guy that sort of came out of nowhere. Fatanu, I'm hearing good things about Fatanu. Other than that, like the other defensive players, I mean, I haven't really heard much about Derek Harmon, but I know that the team loves him. Peyton Wilson's another guy from last year's draft that I really want to see him get let loose and see what he can do. I think he's a guy that has potential, man, to be a game. He might be that Minka, but it comes to like making plays, being a turnover machine. Because that's the one reason we love Minka them couple years, and then he just didn't seem like he could turn the ball over anymore. Our defense is what's amazing. If you look at our defense, the star power on our defense is mind-boggling. I mean, Patrick Queen, Jalen Ramsey, TJ Watt. I mean, you have these guys that Darius.
You think
Slay.
this right now on paper? Do you think the Steelers defense is probably one or two or in the top three right now on paper
in the NFL?
Yes.
That's hard to pick.
Yeah, I would say definitely top 5 if they stay healthy. That's the main thing. I think like if a guy like Cam Hayward, I mean Benton, people forget Keanu Benton has potential, man, like real good potential. The guy that needs to step up from last year that nobody talks about, when TJ Watt was getting double, triple teamed on the last 4 or 5 games where he didn't have many sacks, Alex Highsmith did nothing. He's the guy that's got to step up. And that's the guy that I wasn't sure. I thought maybe we would try to make a move with him to save some money and maybe bring somebody in.
You think Jack Sawyer was picked up to kind of alleviate that pressure over on the other side, or
that could be, man. I think with Sawyer and Herbig, I mean, that's 2 guys that eventually they could probably be starters on any other team. They ain't going to start for us right now, but I mean, they got depth. There's no doubt about it. The Chuck Clark signing I like just for what they got for him. He's a guy that was in our division. He knows what that game's all about with Baltimore. He knows what the AFC North is. I love getting guys like that are already know what the battles are going to be like. So I have no problem. And Baltimore does the same thing. They pick up Steelers all the time. It's almost like a pride thing. Like, hey, we'll get a couple Steelers in there. Steelers get a couple Ravens. They know each other. They know the battles. And we even talk about like Nick Herbig. I love Herbig. I mean, we have a ton of talent on defense. Offense is where I'm shocked that they didn't make a move. Robert Woods is
On
the
what
number
kind
two.
on what kind of move? Because here I go again down the rabbit hole again.
The
And I'm gonna
receivers, man.
keep going. Okay, receiver number 2.
It's not Robert Woods. It's not Calvin Austin. They're not number twos. But, I mean, Roman Wilson, I thought when we drafted him, he could potentially become a number 2, but that guy can't stay healthy, so he's not number 2. Then after that, you got a bunch of journeymen like Scotty Miller, Ben Skoranek. I mean, I can't believe of all the moves they've made when they traded Pickens, and I know Pickens is a problem, but geez, oh man, I mean, what are you going to throw to if DK Metcalf is getting double, triple teamed? I mean, who's gonna? I mean, who do you trust over the middle? I know.
Do you think Freiermuth or Janu Smith would be the number 2? We talk. I've been talking about it for months. I just feel that if DJ gets hurt, we're screwed.
Oh my gosh, we're screwed. We're screwed. If he goes down, I mean, we got to get. I can't believe that Gabriel Davis or the other name was Alan Lazard. And I know people say Lazard. Lazard is pretty much DK Metcalf light. He's the same kind of route runner, but doesn't doesn't have the big playability. But I mean, he played with Rodgers his whole career. So I thought we would try to make a move with him because I thought the Jets there were talking about he's on the bubble making their team. We probably could have dealt for him. Gabriel Davis is another name I heard. I think they're still going to bring a receiver, and I know it's hard to believe that, but I think teams that are loaded at receiver are going to have to make moves. You know how that goes in training camp. Teams will cut guys, or you'll see some guys become available. But that's the one position on offense that I think is the biggest question mark. And I think you're right. I think Freiermuth and Jonnu Smith, 2 great times. I mean, if they use them the right way, hell yeah. But if you don't got nothing, if you don't even have anything besides Metcalf on the outside, what are you really going to get out of it? So it's going to be interesting. And Aaron Rodgers is a smart quarterback. I give him that. I like the fact that we have a.
Do you like that he signed? Did you like that the Steelers signed him? Because I haven't talked to you since we got him. What's your take on this Rodgers signing to the Steelers in this one last year? All chips in for a Super Bowl or bust, in my opinion.
Here's my opinion on that, and I might let some Steeler fans down because I'm pretty much a realist. They still aren't good enough to beat in a playoff game Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore. I really don't think they can, unless maybe we play at home. But if we go with 9-8 and get a wild card again, we're not going to go. We're not going to go anywhere.
No.
I think Rodgers will keep the ship afloat. But here's my opinion with that too: is all it is a stagnant year for the franchise. It's 1 year where you're not getting anything out of you're not getting anything new from a quarterback. You're not going to see what Mason could have done with the starting team. You're not going to see if Will Howard had to start. You're getting a guy that is going to retire at the end of the year. So you're not building off of anything with that. That's the part that sort of hurt me. I'm like, I'd better have a young guy and take a chance. Like Justin Fields is the guy I still have always wanted from day one, because I say give Fields the keys to the car. Worst case scenario, he wins 3 games. Guess what? You get a high draft pick. You get one of them 6 quarterbacks coming out next year. The quarterback class next year is phenomenal. And that's even if Arch Manning decides to go back to school. There's a ton of talent coming out of the quarterback next year. With Rodgers,
you think he will? Just get a ton of money.
Who? Arch. I think his NIL is so high that I think he'll look at who's picking number 1. If it's Cleveland, he's going to say, "Nah, I'm going back to school." The conspiracy theory that I like and I hear, and it makes so much sense to me, is the Saints are going to tank. Saints are terrible. I mean, they are bad. The Honey Badger just left. They have a big hole at safety now. They have a question marks at quarterback. They don't have much talent on that team.
Right.
And the conspiracy is like, hey, guess where Arch Manning's grandfather started his career in New Orleans. It's like the circle of life kind of thing. But he's making 10, 11 million at NIL, man. I mean, he has 2 full years left. He's gonna look at that and be like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get my 11 million and see next year.
I've been saying this on the show for 8 months. NIL has changed.
Oh my God.
Changed the way football is run from the NFL the whole way down to JUCO.
Yep.
Well, we got a question right here. Do you think that's a realistic choice if we could get, says Devil?
You know what? I mean, he's a guy that's always on the move. He gets hurt a little bit, but I mean, if you can get him, he stays healthy. I would love to have Cooper and Metcalf, and then I'd look at Calvin Austin as like, you know what? If he can do what he did last year at certain times, them little swing plays where he found a little seam in the defense and went, I'd have no problem with that team, Cooper, and I think it makes sense. And he is familiar. We played with Cleveland. I'd have no problem with Amari Cooper if he could stay healthy. But I mean, football's football. Metcalf can get, like you said, Metcalf can get hurt tomorrow in practice. I mean, that's just the way football is, man. You tear an ACL. You see all these guys going down. Every day I look at the injury list. There's cornerback from the Dolphins out for the year. It's like there's just people tear MCLs, ACLs all the time. So, but I like that. Amari Cooper makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, we still have enough money to sign somebody if we do get somebody.
Yeah, we do.
Salary cap.
And that's why I think that we're going to get somebody. I think someone's going to cut a receiver, or they're going to say, hey, look, we're going to cut him. If you want him, don't have to fight other teams for him. Give us a 7th round pick. I think you'll see a lot of moves like that happen.
Okay. And we have another question right here. Here's another one.
I think they brought him in to teach. That's taking a risk there, man. And I know. I think Shane, I heard you talk about this too. Do you trust him to teach a young guy? I mean, did he change his ways from Green Bay? I mean,
that's
all intents and purposes, he didn't really do much with Jordan Love. I mean, he didn't really take him under his wings or nothing.
You got to understand, it's like, I think he realizes this is his last year, and I think he is giving a little bit of encouragement. Is it just for smoke and mirrors? Is it for the eyes of everyone? What's he doing behind closed doors? We don't know that. But I'd like to think that genuinely he's doing it because this is last year. He knows that, just keeping all that up here is not going to help anybody. But I don't know.
I mean, we've seen different soap operas in the NFL where they've played out like this. I mean, maybe he comes in he's happy-go-lucky and just lets it all hang out, man. I heard in practices and he actually had a quote the other day saying that he's been throwing some interceptions. He threw one to Patrick Queen, like when they were doing drills the one day. Then Ramsey picked him up a couple times in one practice. And he's like, this is the time of the year I take risks. I want to see what my arm's like, if I can sneak stuff in windows. Maybe he's going to be one of them guys that say, you know what, I'm going to have fun this year. I'm going to let it all hang out. Maybe everything goes right for this year. Maybe the defense is like, if that defense stays healthy and plays the way they can play, man, I mean, there's a lot of star talent on that defense. I mean, there's some
now,
age
let me ask you, since we're at the defense right now on this thing. Now, if the defensive line recovers from that debacle of the Ravens playoff game and gets to where they're stopping their run and they're at an 88% efficiency, that means that Steelers defense could be a contender for getting them over the hump into the playoffs and beyond.
I think they got the talent to be that good, man. I mean, a little bit of a hole at safety now. I mean, Thornhill and Clark, not bad. I still feel better with Minka. I know Minka's had some down years the last couple of years. That's what shocked me about that trade. We could have I thought it was gonna be Ramsey for like a 2nd round, 3rd round pick. Honestly, when I saw the trade come through, I was like, holy shit, we gave up Minka Fitzpatrick. I didn't know it'd be like a player for player deal. But there's a ton of talent, man. Like, I mean, honestly, there's guys on this defense that can make plays. Herbig, we've seen what he could do when he comes in on situational. I still think honestly that I know Peyton Wilson's undersized and he got hurt a lot in college, but man, this kid, you saw that interception last year against Baltimore. He has this way of, I just think his kid could be special in a way like that, where he's a small guy. Maybe you start floating him around in weird spots on defense. Man, they got to be creative, man. They got to start getting creative. Like, his teams, especially on offense, this team has been too complacent. This team has been. I'm tired of the old. Maybe it's what Aaron brings. Maybe Aaron. That's the best thing that Aaron Rodgers will bring. Is hey, we're not going to be the same old dumping 3-and-out kind of team. I think if anything, maybe the offense has a little bit more tenacity. But I still think we need another receiver. But
Yeah, well, Burns says Roman Wilson's the next John Taylor. So Burnsy has a couple good comments here, which I don't see. I didn't see Roman Wilson being as tall as he was, because I saw him yesterday, and he doesn't look big at all. And I guess he was taller than what I thought he was yesterday when I saw him in camp. So I just know, in my opinion, JT, is we haven't seen him play in some regular season games to get some kind of feel on how he is. And that's the only thing that's my deterrent. Now, Shane says yesterday, what'd you say, Shane, about how he played?
He's very, very wiry. And here's the thing. He has grit, and he has
he's tough.
mental toughness. In the championship game, if you remember, JT, he had a blown play. He basically looked like he lost the game for Michigan. And then later in the game, he had a couple big catches to kind of come back. And that, to me, showed that mentally he didn't check out. It's very easily for a young man to do, especially in a big game like that.
Well, you guys are around.
I'm no Michigan fan, but I'm just saying that's what I saw watching that.
I am a Michigan fan, and I'll tell you what I liked about him too, is he's one of them guys that, like, he made some really tough catches for Michigan, like over the middle, getting crushed, getting hit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys listen. You guys read everything. I know you guys are 90. You guys read everything Steelers. Did you?
Well, I try. We try.
Did you hear the rumors last year that they said he was healthy, but he didn't know the playbook? That's why they weren't playing.
I heard.
Okay, I heard that too.
Yeah,
that sort of scares me a little bit. That he was healthy halfway through the year, but he wasn't. He still was getting.
I heard he was in the Tomlin doghouse for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I heard. I heard the playbook thing. He didn't. There's only a couple plays that could really run for him, so that's sort of scary there.
There was an article last week, JT. I wanted to ask you, Bubba, maybe you heard about this, where they were talking to Wilson about this, and Wilson had mentioned something about learning, having a better grasp of things. Do you remember that? I didn't have my Speak and Spell translator app for articles on my phone working, so I didn't really understand what was being said there. But was Wilson also one of the ones that was having problems kind of figuring things out?
That's what I heard too, and I agree with JT. I heard that. And then I heard he was in the doghouse with Tomlin for a little bit, and he was working himself out the doghouse.
That was okay, because I thought at first when I read it, I thought that's the wrong Wilson, but it's the receiver Wilson, not the linebacker Wilson. So
the linebacker, he got more playing time as the year went on, but
right.
What happened was, like, halfway through the year, because I remember saying, like, his injury wasn't real bad, but then it came out. A couple of writers were like, "Hey, man, He's ready to play. He just doesn't know the plays." Like, that's what was the rumor going around the team, and I'm like, whoa, that's not a good thing. I mean, but then again, there's some rookies that just can't grasp it that first year. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best. I mean, Peyton Manning had trouble. He always said with his first, he threw 31 interceptions, whatever his rookie year. He said that he had no idea what some of the plays were at the time. To me, he's the most cerebral quarterback I think that I've ever witnessed. But if Roman Wilson, he's one of the my two guys on offense. If they shine, we're going to be golden. Is Broderick Jones and Roman Wilson. If them two shine and play their potential, we're in good shape, man. Because I really do think Foatanu and right tackle is going to be fine. He was looking good last year before the injury. I think the middle of the line, and what makes me happy is the middle of the offensive line is pretty tough. It's good. And I think that's where you'll see Rodgers are going to do a lot of, like, stepping up in the pocket. So even if the tackles get beat, he's not going to be one of them quarterbacks that are sitting back like a dead duck, back or get back to hit it.
Yeah.
I think the offensive line, they're keeping him from coming up the middle. He'll move up in the pocket, make his plays. I'm hoping that Aaron Rodgers finds a way to get our tight ends part of the offense. He's never been. He hasn't not thrown to his tight ends, but he's not a guy that loves to throw to tight ends. I'm hoping that maybe Freiermuth should be a target, man. I mean, I know he's a Penn State guy, and I hate Penn State, but the guy is a target. He's good. You use him over the middle. I mean, Jonnu Smith and him they should be weapons, man.
Jonnu Smith is like an extra Z, but with like an extra 45 pounds.
Well,
Yep, I wouldn't be shocked to see him lined up like behind, on like a flanker behind.
I was saying that to Bubba, put him out there by the by the Y as an X by the Y, the Y out, and have him run a dig route. Like put him out far wide as a tight end off the line, and have him run a dig route right behind those linebackers, and that's just a matchup nightmare over the middle. That length, that strength. With Aaron throwing that ball, guys, forget about it.
And I think this question here with Broderick Jones being out, like Gene was asking, I believe, like Afton said, I think he was supposed to be back today or tomorrow. So I just don't think it's that severe of an injury.
Yeah,
so
Samalu's the bad one. Samalu's the one that's gonna be out for a little bit. Siamalu, he's gonna be out for a little bit. But I mean, guys, honestly, if they could just, the more I think about this, if everything clicks, and I know the chance of everything clicking is 1 in a million, but if everything works out for this offense and the defense, could they push Baltimore? Why not? I'm still a believer that Lamar Jackson's gonna have one of them years. He's gonna have a good year one year, and he still don't trust him the next year. Yeah, I do. I believe that, and I think Pittsburgh has a way. I was on a podcast a couple of weeks ago with a guy from Baltimore. Loves the Ravens. He's like, dude, you put Lamar Jackson on any team in the NFL, they make the playoffs. And I'm like, I disagree with you. And I told him why. I said, look, I go, teams like Pittsburgh, Lamar Jackson doesn't do well against us all the time. He has a game here and there, but one of the 2 games each year, he does something stupid, throws that interception, gets hit. And I go, first off, a guy like Lamar Jackson, he puts his body out there. For him to play a full season 2 years in a row, to me, is going to be, I wouldn't put money on it. I think the guy is an injury waiting to happen, the way he puts his head down and takes off. I disagreed with him. I'm like, dude, there's not a quarterback in this league. I wouldn't say Peyton. Mahomes couldn't make every team. The closest one I would say is Josh Allen. Because Josh Allen can do a little bit of everything. I think he's already proven he could throw to receivers that aren't the greatest. He's never really had the greatest. I think Josh Allen. I told him Josh Allen's the guy I would say maybe, but I still don't think he can't take the Saints to the playoffs. He ain't gonna take some of these things. That's what I mean. So when he told me I got on this big, he's a big Rave. He's like, oh, you Steeler fan? He started getting into it. I'm like, oh, whatever, man.
The Steelers didn't like when the Steelers play Lamar, they check him a little bit. They hit him. And that playoff game, they didn't hit him like they usually hit him. And that's what, maybe got him on his rhythm and stuff. And also, too, we couldn't stop the run.
Oh, that was one of the worst. It was one of the worst defensive games, man. Like, I still can't believe I ran for 300 and whatever yards against us.
90.
Unbelievable, man. We couldn't stop anything.
But with Harmon, being entrenched into the starting position on the defensive line, which never ever happens during the Tomlin era. Mm-hmm. I mean, he, number 1 pick, boom, he's right in. Now he's a starter. Learning under Cam and that defensive line. Like I said, if that defensive line could be 80%, 88%, something like that, and our defensive line can solidify that defense a little bit more, then I think we have a chance. And you're right, JT. The offense, to me, is the scary part, because now we have a quarterback, even though he's 41 years old, where we didn't have, before Ben hurt his arm, okay, and then it was held by crazy glue. He was still trying to do stuff, but he couldn't air it out like he did before. Mm-hmm. I think Rodgers can air it out, and we can maybe score. Maybe score on the first series that we get the ball and go down and score a touchdown instead of punting the ball or having the boss kick 3 points. And we're already down 10-3 in the second quarter,
That's funny you say that, because Boz is the MVP, man. He's the MVP of the team last year. That guy was so automatic, man. I mean, I don't think we've ever had a kicker that was that automatic in my life. Like, for even Gary Anderson back in the day.
He gets better with age, I think.
Oh, Boswell, he's kicking it Heinz Field or Acrisure with pouring down rain. It's like there's nothing.
No, we haven't had a kicker look that good since Kathy Ireland and Unnecessary Roughness back in the day. I'll tell you that.
Well, speaking of kicking, the competition of the punters. Who do you think, JT, will win this job at punting? Would it be, Johnson, the Australian, or would it be Waitman, who played last year, or would they use Waitman as trade? Because he's good too. So you got two good punters. What do you do?
I'll tell you what, I liked Cameron Johnson before he got hurt last year, but I really liked about him. He looks like Bill Burr. I mean, he looks just like Bill Burr.
Like Brian Burns.
But he, I liked what he looked good for us last year, and he got hurt right away. I would say that he's going to be the starter, and I think if a team needs a punter and they like Waitman, I mean, why not? If you can get a 7th round pick for a punter, man, you do it every. I mean, put your backup punter, especially, you take it all the time. So I think Johnson wins it. I'll tell you which I feel bad for is Ben Sauls, the backup kicker to Boswell, because I got to watch him kick for Pitt last year, and he was phenomenal. He was kicking 57-yarders at Acrisure, and he was one of the better kickers in the country. And I was hoping he went to a team that he had a chance, and he came here. And I'm like, oh, that ain't happening. But he's a guy that I wouldn't be surprised. Steelers are pretty good about that in exhibition. He gets a chance to kick a couple. He might.
Well, they'll showcase him and get him a job somewhere else.
Yeah,
probably
they do that.
Yeah, that's what I like about. That's one thing I like about being a kicker. The kickers get a chance because Boswell doesn't care. He don't care if he kicks a field goal in exhibition. You know what you got with that guy, man. He's phenomenal.
So I got a couple more questions before we wrap it up. Do you think Caleb Johnson will be the starter midway through the season at running back?
I think I think whoever has the hot hand will be. So I think from what I saw last year, like if Najee had the hot hand, it seemed like he was the starter. He got the majority of the carries, and a couple of them games where Warren came in. I think his potential to be the starter. The thing I liked about Warren, I loved the way he came in, like after teams were getting. Not that Najee was beating you up, but there was a little bit more like the forceful contact, a little bit slower running back. Then all of a sudden, here comes Warren hitting them holes like 90, like a lightning bolt, and it was tough for defenses to tackle him. Now you got sort of the same kind of. Caleb Johnson is looking quick from what I'm hearing in training camp, like fast. But there's no reason he can't be the starter. I think they're going to go with the hot hand. I think a lot of teams do that now in the NFL. I don't think it really is I think it's running back 1A, 1B, and a lot of teams know. And whoever has the hot hand, they're going to get the carries. Unless you're Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley.
Because I personally still like Najee as a Steeler. I thought he was serviceable. And he only left with like 9.5 at the Chargers. And then he went on a firework display and blew up in his face or something like that. But I mean, he was, he got 1,000 yards. It's easy to get 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he got them 17 games.
I mean, I could never do it personally, but I mean, he was just consistent. I mean, he was durable. He wasn't injured, and he was a team player, and that's why I liked him.
Look at the back of his football card. Look at his stats, and I'll tell you that the reason he didn't do much more than what he could have. Look what he caught. Look at his catches his rookie year. Look how many catches he had his rookie season, and then look at how they didn't do it the rest of his career. I mean, his rookie year, man. I'm like, dude, this dude's gonna get 100 catches. He had like 70 catches, 70-some catches, I think. I was like, if this dude can get 100 catches and get 1,000 yards, that's phenomenal, man. That's a guy that he's gonna help you both ways, offense, passing, and they stopped it. I don't know what it was.
Why wouldn't they use that though?
I have no idea. They use the receiver screens, which everybody in Pittsburgh hates. They throw them little screens to George Pickens where he got destroyed. Where he would get destroyed. You don't throw a 2-yard pass to George Pickens, but we did it all the time. It drove me insane.
Well, if we would have had, like I said yesterday on the show, when me and Shane were with Mark from Steelers Nation Australia, if we would have had George Pickens right there, Metcalf is right here, Pickens was right here, and he was the number. He was the number 2. It could have been a number 1 if somebody got hurt. They couldn't cover both of them.
Dude, that could be an unbelievable thing to have both of them going. I would love to see in a game or two, but oh my gosh, you got 2 guys that could just basically, streak you down the sideline? Who do you double? Who do you have your safety go over to? It'd
That's
be a
the
lot
big
of question
thing.
marks,
It
man.
makes your safety commit to one of those guys.
Yep. And you got to pick it pretty much before the
and-
play. If we decide to throw them both, who are you going to go to?
Then it opens up your run game. So right there, you have, it just.
So he was that. I mean, he had to be that bad that they had to get rid of him, because if he would have been with the Steelers right now, this number 2 receiver, this other receiver position would not even be discussed, and it would be both of them. And with the tight ends with Freiermuth
and Johnny Smith
and Jalen, and Smith, and then Jalen Warren out of the backfield, because Johnson didn't do his pass blocking techniques, because all he did was run the ball. He's not known for his catching ability. So that offense right there with Rodgers would have been just as good as they've had like maybe 7 years ago, maybe, or even better.
Dude, if they would have kept them, maybe Justin Jefferson and Addison, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they'd be in that conversation right after them. I mean, they'd be like one for 1-2 receivers with Rodgers throwing them the ball. I mean, they could have been 1-2, like one of the top combinations in the game. So he must have been really. And from what I've read is the Steelers knew right after last season they were gonna be gone with him. They from what I'm hearing, they knew that he was gone. Like it was one of them deals. Like he must have did something that really pissed him off.
They were just waiting for someone to pawn him off on. I heard that they couldn't get what they wanted for him.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. And then I mean, think about it now, because now he goes to Dallas. But I just told you about, Jefferson, Addison, Chase, Higgins. Now they got Bryant and Pickens, man. If Dallas does it right, and Prescott's a guy that could put up some yards. I don't like Prescott, so to speak. I don't think he's a guy that's going to ever lead a team to a championship, but I bet you both of them guys get 1,300 yards if Pickens doesn't flake out or, blow up. I think they'll both get at least 1,300. With Bryant probably getting like 1,700. Dallas is going to put up some points this year. I don't understand what the receiver thing was. Man. I don't understand why we just gave up on. I mean, there has to be something on our move. I'd be shocked if we start to see them with these receivers. I'm shocked.
Okay. So out of all this whole training camp, you're one sleeper on defense and you're one sleeper on offense that you think will make an impact for the Steelers in 2025 that has been signed as a free agent or a rookie.
Now, JT, he said sleeper, not creeper, not someone that's going to get arrested.
Well, yeah, that's hard. It's harder now not to have that. But you know what? I'm gonna go, and you mentioned him earlier, Shane. I think Jack Sawyer is gonna make a name for himself. I think Sawyer. I think with Herbig, I think you're gonna see Alex Highsmith sort of starting to get pushed. Like maybe he's starting to lose playing time. I think Jack Sawyer is that kind of guy, man. We took him at a certain time in that draft when we didn't need that position. I don't think we thought he was going to be there. I know on my draft board, I didn't have him there. I thought he would be gone a little bit earlier. I think they got this guy, and they're like, you know what? Now that we got him, I think they're going to play him. I think Jack Sawyer on defense is my sleeper that you're going to see get more playing time. On offense, oh, man. I sort of named him early. He's not really I guess he is a sleeper because he's third on the depth chart. I'm telling you, when we made the signing, I liked Kenneth Gainwell. I remember when he came out of college, was that 3 or 4 years ago, I liked him. Kenneth Gainwell is a guy that could do little things. He's a guy that can catch a pass for you. He can come in and get a couple carries for you. I think people will. I think that's why Cordell Patterson just had no chance of making this team. We just cut him. I mean, he just basically cut him.
Now, do you think Kenneth will be our returner? Because now we don't have a returner. I know Austin's going to be our punt returner from what they've been saying, but we have no kickoff returner. So who do you think is going to be the kickoff returner?
I think it will be gained well, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. After watching last year, because that's one of the reasons we got Patterson. There's really no. How many kick returns are there anymore? I mean, it's a weird thing, man. I don't even think you really even have to. Yeah, I don't think you really even need a weapon, so to speak. Like I wouldn't. If I was a team, though, I wouldn't go out of my way to sign a free agent kick returner.
Just put in a like the serviceable like third string running back.
So it's more of the punt returns more punt returns are viable than the kickoffs, of course.
Yeah,
So,
I think punt returns are more important, especially nowadays. You got to catch the ball for one. We've seen that happen in Pittsburgh, guys. That you got to make sure you catch the ball. You got to make sure you know when to let the ball hit. There's a lot to do with it. Even punt returns now. These punters are kicking the ball so high anymore, man. As long as you can catch the ball, there's so many fair catches anymore. Because these guys are kicking the ball through everybody's getting stronger, and punters are getting stronger, so kickers are getting stronger. They're kicking the ball higher in the air. Now the hang time on punters now are amazing. I'm watching some of these college tapes on guys, and some of these punters. There's a punter from Georgia coming out next year. It's like a 5.5 second hang time on every punt. It's like a 6 second. It's like it's just every punt. The guy's just like automatic. So, return. I don't put as much stock as I used to back in the day. Like when we had Rod Woodson and guys like Antonio. We had Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
returning kicks was unbelievable, man. That dude was always Antonio Brown, man. And I hate to get on this tangent. Dude was a Hall of Famer. I'll say that to the day I die.
I agree.
He's a Hall of Famer, man. He has the best 6-year period of any wide receiver in the history of football. If you take 6 of his best years that he had in a row, Jerry Rice doesn't match it. Nobody matches it, man. His numbers, he was putting up 1,500 yards, 1,600 yards. Him and Ben, and I hate to go on that tangent, but it's so sad to see that this guy, the NFL is not going to have one of their top receivers of all time.
From the top of from the penthouse to the outhouse.
That
AB,
fast.
Just that quickly. Yeah. So I know today was the first day of practice with the pads. They had a little skirmish down there. I saw in video. Pat McAfee was there today. Place was going crazy. He had Aaron Rodgers, he had Cam, he had TJ, Tomlin, Danny Smith,
Pittsburgh
Omar
dad.
Yeah, Pittsburgh dad. I think that was the first time. Yeah, first time he ever showed up in Pittsburgh, and they were loud. The crowd was loud. They were chanting. And Rodgers was loving that from what I saw. And if you guys watched any of that, can you agree with me or disagree with me that he kind of loved what Pittsburgh people were chanting and talking and feeling this Yinzism kind of crap, you know? Louis Lips was a good one too, punt returner. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Louis, man. Louis is one of my favorite, probably my first favorite Steeler when I was young. I was born in 74, so he was around 83, 82.
Yep. The 80s were a bad time.
They were.
I feel you.
Louis Lips was my man. I love Louis Lips, but I think I'm telling you, Rodgers is saying all the right stuff, and I think he believes it though. I think he said my last year I want to play with Tomlin. I want to play with a guy that, I'm not gonna say knows how to win, but he said the guy is good with his team. He said he wanted to play for Pittsburgh. I still don't know what the whole drama thing was, waiting so long. Everybody knew he was signing with us, but I'm telling you, man, the NFL write soap operas sometimes. I'm not saying it's fixed, like the Jerome Bettis year.
It's like wrestling. Sometimes it's worse than wrestling.
It makes you feel like it. When Bettis won in Detroit, it made you feel like, oh my gosh, Bettis wins at home, and you see it every once in a while
during 9/11.
Yeah, it's like there's stuff seems to work out sometimes. Maybe this is his swan song, man, and maybe he catches a hot hand, has a good time. Steelers go out and get him at second receiver, and they're like, you know what, we're rocking and rolling, man. I'm
gonna pile on. You ready for this, JT and Bubba? You got Pat Mack in this week. Aaron is looking to see what camera should I talk to, right? You heard that. What camera should I talk to?
Right.
What is he freaking shooting a promo? You know that if this snowball gets rolling, those whistles and those flags are going to go the black and gold way, which they haven't in a while.
That's
this
true.
Could be a good year for the Steelers.
Never
we could
know.
get maybe
man.
a little bit of those Kansas City refs kind of looking the Steelers' way. I don't know. It might happen.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of I think his team has the most stars that I've seen on the Steelers in a long time. I mean, the stars that we had, I'm talking like stars from around the league, like picked out of the league, like Jalen Ramsey. Geez, man. I mean, Patrick Queen. When we got Queen a couple years ago, I was like, man, this guy, I don't think people realize, like, and I think Bubba, you made the great point that if our defensive line, that level of our defense picks up, you already have the linebackers, I think, in
and
place.
we haven't even talked about Darius Slay. Like Slay, I mean, and then you got the guy from the Jets, that Eccles. Like, there's some other hidden parts to this Steelers defense and this team that
a lot of depth.
And I know somebody got hurt today on the defensive line. One of the guys we signed from Jacksonville, and then that guy who was the fullback who was out for the year. They were looking hard on him, that tight end fullback from Alabama or whatever.
DJ Thomas Jones. Yeah.
Yes, they were looking high on him because I believe, Connor Hayward was probably going to get cut, but he's probably going to maybe make the team just due to an injury,
I'm hoping.
That's funny. Over the Hill gang. Oh, that was the Redskins. Weren't that the Redskins?
I think he's talking about the three of us.
Oh, you're talking about us? How old are you now, Bubba? Did you hit the 50 mark yet?
I'm 54.
Okay.
I'm 54.
I'm 51. So.
Yeah, because we know all about the 80s, man. I mean, 80s were just brutal for me.
They were. Bobby Brister and Louis Lips.
Oh, my God. Ouija Thompson.
Ouija.
Ryan Hinkle. But
Shane's the young one. Shane don't remember the 80s, huh, Shane?
I'm just about 9 months younger than you, JT.
Well,
we got 150 years here.
Yeah.
When you turn 51?
About 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah, you're right. I was born in May, so you're about right.
That's funny. So,
but yeah, I agree that I think they have some. I mean, they're old. Don't get me wrong, but we're young. We're young in a lot of spots too. I mean, I think the draft the last couple of years has made our team young, and I think Bubba, you made a good point. Darius Slay could be the glue for that defense, because I think the main thing, I mean, somebody talked about earlier about maybe Rodgers is going to teach Will Howard how to play. I think Slay is going to take JPJ and say, look, man, this is what, you gotta stop leading the league in penalties, man. I mean,
because his penalties cost us drives we can't stop, and then they go in and score, and it doesn't look good.
He sneezes, a yellow flag comes out. Like, instead of buying tissues, it all come out yellow.
I know, man. And the only good thing about his penalties, I said this the other day on the podcast, is they're mostly holdings. Thank God. Like, they're not a lot of pass interference calls. They're just the 5 yard, but they're automatic first downs.
Right.
And a lot of times last year, the throws, you're like, oh my gosh, JPJ, you didn't have to hold the guy. Like, it wasn't really even, he wasn't make the play anyway. So, that's another guy. That could be that's another guy. I think if he steps up, that's another guy that could really. I mean, I'm telling you, they got some talent, man. They do got talent, and they got to say they're over the hill gang. They are old. I mean, you got a 41-year-old quarterback, but also you got that's really
a lot of Ben Gay, and
what do you really got that's old after that? Day? I mean, Jalen Warren ain't real old. You got Gainwell's not old. You got
a young offensive line, and half of the defensive line's young.
Yeah, I mean, you got. The offensive line's about as young as it is in the NFL right now. I mean, basically, you got three 2-year guys with McCormick, Frazier, and Foatano. Then you got Jones is a 3-year guy, but I mean, he's very he's gonna be very. Jones is gonna be the guy. He's got to step up, man. Got to step up.
Right.
Yeah, Broderick is definitely that's gonna be the pivot right there.
Yep.
Season is determined by how that position is played this year.
So now we're going to do pretty soon, in probably another month or so. I'll get a hold of you, JT, to come on when we do our game pick shows. If you're interested, you got an invite.
Oh, definitely. I definitely, man. I'm always doing something. I
know you're busy. So before you get out of here, throw out your plug for Sportsvival to everybody in the community in the chat, so they can check your website out. So go ahead, JT.
Yeah, guys, get on www.sportsvival.com. Like I said, there's we have soccer, we have basketball, we have every sport. There's articles on there. Get on there, read the articles. There's a little store on there. There's podcasts. Basically, come on and join the family. I mean, Facebook, we have a lot of talking back and forth now with the Power articles I've been putting up, and of course the trade deadline's tomorrow. They made a couple of trades today, so they traded Brian Hayes, which I don't mind that. So I got that article up already. They traded him to the Reds, but there's a lot of we keep up to date with the Pittsburgh. We also do a lot of draft stuff. So if you're a big draft guy, and buy my book on Amazon, it'd be a notebook. Then become a scout, like a scout for Sportsvival. You can send me your information. I mean, don't send me this guy is fast or this guy is really big. He's a good tackle. Like, you know. I mean,
if you're listening, Burns, there you go. Buy the book because Burns is a pretty good college guy. There you go, Burns.
And it's a little notebook. Like honestly, if I had one here, I could show you. Just open it up and say, West Virginia's playing Pitt. I have the guys that are going to get drafted. Basically, it's in alphabetical order. You look at your running back Pitt. There's Desmond Reed. Hey, dude's 5'6", but he runs. He's hard to tackle kind of thing. So,
low center of gravity, great hands.
Yeah,
good field vision.
Yeah, that's the way you want to talk on it. You don't want to say small guy. Yeah. Just like you want to just be. And you'll get it as you go. Believe me, when I first started doing this stuff like 10 years ago, draft stuff, I was very raw. And then you just get to the point, man, you just start learning what you want to look at a player. I mean, I think I told you this, Bubba, when I watch a football game, I don't watch a football game like the normal person because I'm as the screen changes, I'm still watching the guard make a block, and I'm like, oh, I wonder, I pick up on stuff like that I never picked up on before, and that's just part of what I do. I just try to have fun with it, man. I've been right on a couple guys, and I've been really wrong on a bunch of guys. I mean, there's no right or wrong, man. I bet you Mel Kiper's been wrong more than he's been right.
Oh, I know he's been wrong more than he's been right.
So,
Well, hey JT, I've been bagging on. Last year, Arizona State was picked last in the Big 12 and they ended up winning it. So, the variance from last year to how the whole conference finished was 8.9 on each team. That was the variance.
That's crazy because we're doing the Big 12 tomorrow. For my podcast for the guy couldn't do it tonight, so we moved it to tomorrow. But we did a conference every week. So we already did the Big 10, we did the SEC. Now I picked the Big 12 next because literally my top 25. I do a preseason top 25. I think there's more Big 12 teams in my top 25 than SEC teams because all these teams from like 18 to 25 are like you said, they're right there, man.
There's parity. I mean, the top three teams all had the same record. And then second place, they were all like 8-4.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable year. And I think it's going to be the same way this year, man. Even Arizona State, they lost Scadaboo, they lost a couple other guys, but they have talent coming back. So it's going to be the same kind of top-heavy conference. That's why I did it over the ACC. I'll do the ACC next week because ACC
BYU was really good, and they lost that Ratzlaff.
Yeah,
Ratzlaff, that kid that
quarterback,
had 9-3, but.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Like I said to you, for you guys, since you're my boys, I'll get you into a book out there. I don't know, Bubba, do you watch college football?
Oh, I do a little bit. Yeah, I'm a Penn State kind of guy. I don't know about taking that quarterback. Man. Yeah, I know. I don't know about taking that quarterback for the Steelers, but
Drew Aller.
James Franklin has broke my heart numerous times.
Dude, he is 4-21. 4-21 against.
And I do like Pitt. And Shane's starting to get me towards the West Virginia stuff here. So I mean, I just like to support the local teams.
No,
I did like last year when Michigan beat Ohio State. I did like that, but yeah,
Michigan's like my second team. That's like my adopted team. I just real quick, I was a Fab Five guy back in the day. I loved C-Web and remember the Fab Five back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And then when C-Web went to the Kings, he got drafted by the Warriors, got traded to the Kings. I became a Sacramento Kings fan for my life. And so my life has been full of Sacramento losing every year, Pirates losing every year. Just been my sports.
You've
life
had a
is
lot of
just
heartache,
crazy.
JT. A
Oh,
lot of
a
heartache.
lot of heartache, man. The Pirates
Yeah.
are going to give it to me. I don't think I'll ever see the Pirates make the World Series before I die.
I don't even think they'll capture a division. But
I
that's
don't
just
think so
me.
either.
Yeah. But no, JT, thanks for coming
Oh,
on as
thank
always.
you guys,
And,
man.
we'll get you when we do our pick. When we go through and I pick them Steelers 17-0. But that'll be coming up pretty soon. But we appreciate being a part of your Sportsvival family. And
I appreciate you guys being a part. You're the best guys. This is the best Steeler talk in town. I've been on a couple other ones that deal with like the Steelers, and I'll tell you what, man, you guys are just informative, and you guys know what you're talking about. You can go right to the facts, and I appreciate that. There's no no getting off track and everything.
well,
So
sometimes we
fun.
do get off track, and that's what I told you. You were the most unorthodox.
But you can make a crack a joke and get back online. So you got some great guys, like you got some great followers, man. Gene Smith, I forgot all about Gene. I've been on there for a while. So Gene, I always think it's Geno Smith, the quarterback from the Raiders. I'm like, that's Geno Smith, but that's Gene Smith.
No, we've got a great community because we deal with Mark from Steelers Nation Australia and his community and our community. It's all intertwined, and we Tuesday nights podcast with the two shows. It's always great, and I can't thank these guys enough. Getting into community chat, and then these people are real people from all over the world. These people aren't even from Pittsburgh, and some of them are, but most of them are from out of the area, and they always. I mean, Devil is from out west.
Yeah, he has to worry about that tsunami hitting.
Yeah, he's in California.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. 8.8, man. 8.8.
Yeah, where got hit again? My parents just told me about it like an hour ago.
Yeah,
East Russia, and
it's crazy. But no, our community's great. Sportsvival, we're great to be a part of that team, and we're trying to do the best Steeler stuff we can. We're very close to 450. We're getting there slowly to trying to get to 500. It's very, very hard, but we keep churning. We're going to do it. We're going to have a live watch party next week, so it'll be the first of the year, so it'll be something.
By the way, guys, I have a Hines Ward autographed Batman from his jersey from the Batman movie, autographed by Hines Ward. If you guys want to throw it up, I'm at 50, so I have a long way to go before I auction it off. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know the best.
Hey, guys in the chat, go to Sportsvival.
Go to Sportsvival. Like, subscribe.
Yeah,
I might do it I might tell the guy let's do it for 200 just to get an auction there, and then maybe get people talking about it, and then maybe we'll get another one.
Anytime, brother, you want to come on a live watch party, we got for Steelers, you're more than welcome to come on and be a guest.
You guys have great shows.
Jared, I talked to someone that was in that movie today.
Somebody from Marion Center.
Yeah, was in that movie.
So. Yeah, so
the Batman movie.
Thank you. Yeah, the Batman movie. He was a guy we went to school with, and he was in the Batman movie.
He's an extra.
Oh, that's sweet, man.
Credit scene. Yep.
I
was an extra in Striking Distance with
Oh, that's classic. Shane loves that movie. He's already loving it.
I was like three rows over from whenever Jean-Claude Van Damme ran up the steps to talk to his daughter. You didn't see me on the movie, but I was right there. I got to see it and hear it. It's pretty cool.
You were the guy at Urinal 2, right?
Yeah, I was the guy. You saw my shoes.
Well, like I said, JT, thanks for coming on and having your knowledge about the inner works of draft and who you're thinking and what you're thinking about, and thanks for coming on. And Shane, thank you as always. I know you're on vacation. I appreciate you jumping on. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys. We will see you next Tuesday when Steelers Dynasty Podcast and Steelers Nation Australia is back, and we'll be back next Wednesday and I believe next Thursday because the Steelers are playing. So we'll be doing a live watch party. So everybody have a great night, and we will see you guys. Thanks, JT.
Hey, thanks,
you guys. Shane. See you guys.